First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles, a great millstone. Salutation to you, Archeobs, pushing this word in sincerity and in truth. This is your brother Yassan back at you with another lesson. We'll get edifying. Well, just excuse my voice. I get it cold, There's infirmities in this flesh, man. But we all know this body just, this weak little vessel. But soon we're going to get rid of this vessel, through the power of Yahweh Shem Shai. And we wouldn't have to worry about sicknesses and any pain and these things anymore. Right? But this video here is really mainly addressing, the the unidentified flying objects that the US, say they shut down, right? And again, we know they control the media, right? And it's all about making the people, the population, mind be at ease, because a lot of chariot sightings out there, so much that they had to they had to make it known, yes, it have UFOs and UAP out there, because it just become a norm, and the amount of people noticing it, they could not hide it anymore. Right? But they that no that would should not surely end no chariot how about shy, for sure. It isn't, because the precepts say Amos 3 and verses 6. Surely the Lord do not but reveal his mysteries unto the servants, his prophet, right? And to the scriptures and understanding how these chariots operate. They operate by the Spirit. Through the Spirit. These are spiritual vehicles, right? So how could the flesh fight against the Spirit? How could something carnal fight against a spirit, something spiritual? But I'll read a little bit upon the article, and I'll get a video, right? First, right, it says why the military keeps spotting so many unidentified flying objects and then shooting them down. In the first 2 weeks of February, the US Air Force has shot down 4 flying objects that have intruded on the skies over North America. The development of force is unprecedented for the US during peacetime. Leveraging some of the US military's most advanced fighter planes, surveillance tools, and expensive air-to-air missiles. Right, the first object shot down was an alleged Chinese surveillance balloon, right, and they claim the next 3, to be unidentified flying objects. I'll just play this video here, a news article, well, a news video, you know.
military shoots down another object, this time over Lake Huron, making this the fourth shoot down in about 1 week. Joining us now is Lucas Tomlinson with the latest. Lucas.
Well, good afternoon. This is the fourth time in 8 days the U.S. military has shot down an object over North America, certainly unprecedented in the history of this country. We just learned some new details from Michigan Congressman Jack Bergman, of course, a retired Marine Corps three-star general and former CH-46 pilot, which Joey knows all about, of course. He says this U.S. Air Force F-16 fighter jet shot down a mysterious octagonal object over Lake Huron earlier today using a Sidewinder missile. That object flying at 20,000 feet. That's notable because that's much lower than those two objects shot down over the past 2 days. This is now the third object shot down in the past 3 days, guys, starting on Friday when an object was shot down over the north coast of Alaska, as you see here on this chart, right on the northern coast of Alaska. That search for the debris has been hampered by rough weather. It's minus 20 degrees up there. It's very, very difficult. And then, of course, yesterday, another object was blasted out of the sky by a U.S. Air Force F-22 Raptor. It's notable that it was a U.S. Air Force jet shooting this thing down over the skies of Canada and Canadian airspace. That was on joint orders from President Biden and Canada's Prime Minister. And just as we know now, just moments ago, a U.S. Air Force F-16 fighter jet shooting down this object over Lake Huron.
Right, so you've heard it yourself. So they imply it to be a so-called UAP or a so-called UFO. But the devil runs the media, so he can place anything out upon the media, But we'll take a look at some of the you like pilots that had UFO encounters, and we would take a look at what they are saying compared to this news that we just heard, which we the prophets deem to be a lie. They cannot even destroy one of the UFOs, because let's take a look at another video here.
We have tackled many strange stories on 60 Minutes, but perhaps none like this. It's the story of the U.S. government's grudging acknowledgement of unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, more commonly known as UFOs. After decades of public denial, the Pentagon now admits there's something out there, and the U.S. Senate wants to know what it is. The Intelligence Committee has ordered the Director of National Intelligence and the Secretary of Defense to deliver a report on the mysterious sightings by next month.
Imagine a technology that can do 600 to 700 G-forces, that can fly at 13,000 miles an hour, that it can evade radar, and that can fly through air and water and possibly space, and oh, by the way, has no obvious signs of propulsion, no wings, no control surfaces, and yet still can defy the natural effects of Earth's gravity. That's precisely what we're seeing.
I'm pretty sure they come in peace.
The chariots of God are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place. And they heard a great voice from heaven, saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud. And their enemies beheld them. At the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000.
Right, I'll end it there, But there are a lot of pilots that says otherwise, So how all of a sudden um they able to destroy three in these so-called UFOs, which we know as chariots of Yahweh Shem Shai,
Submarine. But the weapons officer in the rear seat of Fravor's jet spots something else.
I hear, "Hey Skipper, do you see?" And as he's saying that, I notice the Tic Tac. It's white, it has no wings, it has no rotors. I go, "Holy, what is that?" He goes, "I don't know."
According to this leaked summary of the incident, contact was made here, 30 miles off the coast, 70 miles south of the U.S.-Mexico border. At first, the strange craft stays close to the surface, moving unlike anything the pilots had ever seen.
This thing would go instantaneous from one way to another, similar to if you threw a ping pong ball against the wall. And we start to kind of orbit, because now we're going to watch this thing. We start a right-hand turn, and we're going from a clock code. The object is in the middle of the clock, and we're at 6 o'clock, and we're driving around the circle. So we get to about 9 o'clock, and it's just still doing its little erratic thing, kind of moving around this disturbance in the water. And I go, "Hey, I'm going to go check it out." I'm going to go down there. As we're coming down nice and easy, we get to about the 12 o'clock position, and all of a sudden it goes, boop, and it kind of turns, and now it's mirroring us, and it starts coming up. We're like, okay, now it knows we're here.
It seemed to be aware, and it seems to recognize him.
It goes from basically just almost a hover into a pretty aggressive climb up to our altitude, so there's a bit of fear because now you're out there dealing with something that you have no idea what it is. It's actually reacting to what we're doing. I'm kind of pulling nose, to where he's going to be, and he's coming up. He just rapidly accelerates beyond anything that I've ever seen. Crosses my nose.
It's gone.
And I'm like, whoa.
The Tic Tac appears to have vanished. But as the jets streak towards a prearranged rendezvous location, known as the Cap Point, the radio chatter becomes frantic.
The controller from the Princeton comes up right as we're doing all this and says, "Hey, sir, you're not going to believe this." He goes, "But that thing is at your Cap Point."
According to Fravor, the Tic Tac accelerated from a standing position and flew approximately 60 miles in under a minute, as fast as 3,700 miles an hour. How did the Tic Tac know the pilot's Cap Point? And how did it accelerate so quickly?
You got something that can accelerate, disappear, and then show up 60 miles away. Kind of in awe a little bit, because you go, whoa, we don't have that. And I'm talking, we're flying one of the premier airplanes on the planet. What was this? There was a capability out there, don't know where it's from, not saying it's from outer space, but not saying it's from here either.
Back on the Nimitz, the pilots tell...
Yeah, So there's a lot of videos where pilots did, their experience, their encounter with the so-called UAP or UFO that the prophets know to be the chariots of Yahweh Shebel Shai, So they would say otherwise because a lot of them say, it defies gravity. It is beyond mankind's intelligence, right? In the split of a second to disappear, that is just the power, the chariots of Yahweh Shebel Shai, So you and your technology, you and your technology is not ready, You're not ready for the power of these chariots, right? You could not discover and search out the sea, the sky, far more for the chariot, far more for destroying one of the chariot and Yahweh Shem Shai. So let me get straight to the scriptures here. Okay. Right, yes. Right, the book number first off get let's see here the book First Corinthians 3 and verses 19. It says, for the wisdom of this world is foolishness with Yahweh. For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. Right? And that's it, you know. Your technology, your most advanced technology is foolishness before Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you know. That is not compared to, you know, the knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you know. And these chariots were designed to work with the Holy Spirit, right? So it is far beyond anything that you have ever encountered, so Edom, you know. And that's just the vehicle that is used to transport the angels and you know, etc. But you know, just imagine the extraterrestrial bodies that, you know, the elect would be granted with. Just imagine the body that Yahushua is come back with, you know, as he say, I will not meet thee as a man, you know. Wow, this cold real sick. Right. Let's see here. The book of Isaiah. There's a precept that say, I think it's either Isaiah 28 or 29. Slovakia, bear with me just a moment. Can you know? Isaiah 55 and verses 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith Yahweh. Right? For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than yours, and my thoughts than your thoughts. You know? And that is just to show you, you know, the power of Yahweh Shem Shai. Right? And we'll go into the Ezekiel, right? The book of Ezekiel chapter 1, and I could start at verses 12, you know. Just a brief description, you know, of the chariots and it being operated by the Holy Spirit, or the Spirit, you know, well, yeah, the Spirit, right? Um, Ezekiel 1 and 12, it says, and they went everyone straight forward, whither the Spirit was to go. They went, and they turned not when they went. So these chariots of the Lord, they didn't needed to turn to that direction like these planes and these jets to go. They just make that movement in whatsoever angle, whatsoever direction, you know, straight towards it. As the guy described it, it was like a ping pong ball just shooting all over the place, you know. And it said, as for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire, and like the appearance of lamps. It went up and down among the living creatures, and the fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning. You know, because hey, even these chariots, they give off a light. You know, different light. Some will be amber, some will be looking beryl as like a kind of green, green, some of them look like a kind of white light, you know. Um, and the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of a flash of lightning. Yeah, because the liken this the chariot as a creature. Like to show you the speed, as the guy say, in like a second it travel such a distance, you know. Even when they see the cat point, the hidden area where they go, it was like by the time they reach the chariot not waiting for them over there. Right? Now as I beheld the living creatures, behold one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with 4 faces. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a beryl, and the 4 had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel, because some of the chariots, the description looks as like a wheel within a wheel. For example, the big massive chariot at Independence Day, you know. Um, so again, we saw these chariots are operated by the Spirit. So whatsoever the Spirit want to go, it would lead it. And so when they went upon their 4 sides, and they turned not when they went. As for their rings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and their rings were full of eyes around about them 4, which going into the windows of the chariots. And when the living creatures went, the wheels went by them. And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up. Right, right. So that is the angels. Right, this represents the living creatures, or as the angels, right? So when the angel move, the chariot move with them. With us, so wherever the spirit was to go, they went. Whether was their spirit to go, and the wheels were lifted up over against them, for the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. Right? So like the living creatures being the angels, right? And within the chariot. So wheresoever the angels wanted to go, the chariot just made the movement. They went. Right? Um, let's say when those went, these went. And when those stood, these stood. So when the angels wanted to stop, it stopped. So it being operated to the spirit. And when those were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up over against them. For the spirit of the living creature was in the wheel, and the likeness of the firmament upon the heads of the living creature was a color of the terrible crystal stretched forth over their heads above, which represents like, something similar to the canopy, that these jets have. Right? Um, well, let me go and get another precept here. Right? Let's see. So again, these chariots being operated by the Holy Spirit, so you cannot think to destroy none of the chariots of the Lord Esau, Edom. Right? I'm going to get the book of Isaiah 31 and verses 3. It says, now the Egyptians are men and not God. So you all are just men, right? You all are just men with limited knowledge, and yeah, and their horse is flesh and not spirit. So you're a little, um, fighter jets, all these things, they are weak compared to the chariots and the Lord. These things are nothing. That is toys compared to the chariots. When the Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fail, and he that is holpen shall fall down, and they all shall fail together. Because none of your equipment is ready. That is just a failure compared to the chariot. That cannot even take down one of these chariots. Um, yeah, and again, Esau Edom is just a big liar that wanna manipulate the mass, the multitude, right? Because he already has his picto programming out there about the chariots, the UFOs, these UFO movies, make it seem as a bad thing, and now the people are seeing these so-called UFOs all over the place. So by Esau Edom coming up with a big lie, a propaganda, um, that he could destroy these UFO to make the people them feel, Esau's technology would be able to fight against the so-called aliens in case if it have an alien invasion, because they already had taken down three of these so-called UFO. But say this precept, I'm gonna get this as a description for you. Esau, only Yahushai, you know, some of our people as are liar. Um, John 8 and 44, it says, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father will ye do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and I know not in truth. So I know in truth, so he's a liar. That's why it say, one to the bloody city. Your city is the bloody city, which is full of robbery and lies. You know? Use the deceiver, use the same soup unto the God. You know? The deceiver. I would say because there is no truth in him. It are no truth in you, Esau. That is why, that is just a big lie about you destroyed three so-called UFO, which is, relates to the chariot of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That is impossible. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. So you is the father of lies, It's really simple would fall for your lie. Forget the book of Psalms 58. And verses 3. It said the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. And that's it, because the earth is given into your hands. You control the media, you control what goes out to the people, right? You govern the narrative. So your lies gonna try to, but hey, you're not gonna fool the men of the Lord, the prophets. You do the fool the simple who trusted you, as it said in Proverbs um, 14 and 15. It says, the simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. So yeah, the simple as believe anything, they would feel comfortable that Esau, could destroy the UFO. So in case if it have a invasion, they just would be thinking carnal. In case it have an invasion, mankind stand that chance. Ah, you made us laugh there, you know, Esau. Uh, but everything is written. And we know you afraid, you know. And so people are afraid. They just try to comfort them, make them, you know, deceive them. But you know these chariots, you know, here for your destruction. The book of Zechariah 5. 5 and verses 1 it say, Then I turned and looked up mine eyes, Salak. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes, and looked, and behold a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. And then he said unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For every one that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it. And every one that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. Right? So this is a curse, you know, over the four corners of the earth. Right? For everyone that stealeth, and who is the big thief, you know, who is the one that oppress a man and his heritage? You, Esau, Edom. Now I'd say, verse 4, And I will bring it forth, saith Yahweh, power of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof, and the stones thereof. So this is just a threat unto you, Esau, these chariots, right? This is a threat unto you. You know you frightened, these chariots are here. But it was already prophesied of your downfall, you know. Let's see here. The book of 2nd Ezra. 2nd Ezra 13 and verse, I'll start at 29. You know, because, but hey, even though, you know, before I bring on this, right, let me get revelation, because Yahweh Shai would be coming back on that, on a so-called UFO, so-called UAP, as it said in Revelation 1 and 7, Lo, he cometh with clouds, and behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierce him, and all the kingdoms of the earth shall wail because of him. Yeah, you know. So Yahweh Shai is come back with a so-called UFO or a UAP, you know, and you won't be able to stop it, you know. When Yahweh Shai come to take this kingdom, you know, it would be a whole worldwide invasion, as the prophet Esdras described it, you know, 2nd Ezra 13 and verses 2, And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, the man waxing strong with the thousands of heaven. Again, you know, Psalm 68 and 8, you know, the chariots of the Lord are 20,000, even thousands of angels, you know, as in Mount Sinai. Right now. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that was seen under him, you know. And this backing up the Revelation 1 and 7, where all eyes, you know, shall wail because of him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth feeleth when it feeleth the fire. You know, and then let's go into the laser, you know, and the, you know, the heat. The heat, you know, beams coming out of these chariots. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was, let me get let me see here. Really wanted to jump down to the point. Verses 29, let's see. Behold, the days come when the Most High Yahweh will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. Because time time to come, they say is a future prophecy where the elect is gonna be delivered by the way of the chariots. That's why he said, to come up hither, you know. Let's get that. Right. Revelation 11 and 12. And they heard a voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to the heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. Yeah. So somebody elect, gonna be beamed up through these same chariot. And here it is Esau Edom, bringing, having you all thinking that these chariot um as aliens, they come to torture, they come to kill. Yes, they come to kill, but the wicked, the sinners, and they also come to redeem the elect from the earth. Right? Um, there's another one too, there's Sulak. Yeah, can't here it is, the book of Isaiah 26 and 20. Come, my people, enter down into thy chambers, which is the chariot. And shut thy doors about thee, hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. Because the elect, you know, somebody elect, gonna be beamed up into the chariot, right? And they're gonna be looking down upon the destruction upon the earth, through the chariot. For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain. Because the Lord coming to destroy this place, take you off of the throne, so Edom. And it is prophesied that you and your angels, you and your army is gonna fight against the Lord and be destroyed. You're gonna lose that battle. Um, right. Revelation, because the says really to back up the precept where it say, they're gonna be up in the chariot, you know, and they're gonna be witnessing the destruction of this place. Revelation 15 and 2, and I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire. So they mean high up in the chariots and looking down at the destruction of the place. And them that had got the victory over the beast and over his image and over his mark and the number of his name stand on the sea of glass having the harps of Yahweh. Because these chariots going to be up to a certain height, over the ozone layer, and the elect going to be in it, looking down, looking at place being hit with missiles, being um, evaporated, be destroyed, annihilated with the heat beams of the chariots and etc. But I'm gonna get back into the second is Ross 13 and 29. Because you're not gonna win that war you saw and verses 13 and 30. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. So all of them gonna be astonished, gonna be stunned, gonna be shocked with his appearance. Although they know he is coming, and one shall undertake to fight against another, and one city against another, because hey, even in them times it's gonna be Jacob's trouble at World War III. One place against another, and one people against another, and one realm against another, because Yahushai, they be the spiritual realm. They're gonna come, they're gonna be a war against the spiritual realm and this, realm. But this carnal, this physical realm not ready for the power of the spiritual realm. And the time shall be when these shall come to pass, and the sign shall happen when I shew thee before, and then shall the Son of Man be declared from whom thou sawest as a man ascending. And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their land leave the battle, they have one against another, and an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest, willing to come and to overcome him by fighting. Because even after Babylon the Great is destroyed, these other countries, the heathen nations, the BRICS alliances, and they that are left, and they too gonna look to come and fight against Yahushua, in that time. But what? But he shall stand up to up the top of the Mount Zion, and Zion shall come and shall be shewn to all men, being prepared and builded, like as thou sawest the hill graven without hands. And this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, So the Lord gonna confound you and your little technology, your little toys, which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest. Wow. So you're not gonna win that fight, so right? Well, hey, I hope this lesson was edifying. Again, double honors unto the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. I'll end off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai. Until the next one, Shalom.